When I first found out that I had cancer, it was through a routine colonoscopy that I had back in December, and I should have had one several years before, but I just kept putting it off, which caused a lot of headaches and heartaches for the whole family. But
there's just something about that C word. He just didn't like to mind the rules. Because I've been hounding him like 3 years. It's time to go get it.
well, I was a little shocked myself, but I just figured, well, we'll just have to get through this too. So
when we found out that Dad first had cancer, it hit us all hard.
I mean, it was like getting hit in the gut, you know. When my dad got diagnosed, it was like, you know, there's no words. You like freak out, you know.
When I first found out my dad had cancer, it was terrifying. It was so scary. I thought I was gonna lose him.
I look back and to me, I'd rather have 5 colonoscopies to go through this cancer and treatment and chemo and all. So it's just pretty selfish on my part, I think, just to putting it off. Once I had the cancer surgery, then they did some testing and found out that I had this Lynch syndrome, which was hereditary, and I also passed it on to 3 of my 4 daughters. So
I found out that I was positive for the Lynch syndrome as well. It was kind of a relief to know, so that I can prepare and, you know, take care of like preventative things. And then also for my children so that they're able to know and be tested early so they can be prepared if they have it as well.
My test came back positive for the hereditary gene.
And mine came back negative.
When I found out about the genetic part of it, it was kind of a hit too. You know, it's just one of those things that you're not prepared for. You know, you always hear people getting cancer, but you're like, oh, that's never going to be me. You know, I'm going to be good. And then when you find out that diagnosis, you're like, well, my chances are way higher than what I thought it was. So it's like definitely had to make some, you know, life-changing decisions to try and make sure that I'm doing what I can to make sure I'm not, you know, feeding the, you know, statistics and the percentages that it increased my chances of getting cancer.
When I found out that all 3 of them were positive and I came back negative, my heart dropped. Because I thought, I only won white, I only won. It just kills me knowing that they all 3 have to go through all this. And I'm the lucky one.
Me not having insurance kind of freaks me out a little bit, because I knew this is something that I needed to get done so I can check and make sure, you know, what my odds were and percentage chances and things like that.
And Illinois Cancer Care provided that service for my family, and they also tested my daughters free of charge. And
they paid for everything. It was just like a big relief to know that, you know, regardless of what my finances were, like, I wouldn't have to worry about that. I wouldn't have to worry about coming up with that extra money.
Go do the testing for yourself, for your family, for your kids.
Go get it done. Because if you don't, you could lose your loved one, your husband. And I wasn't ready for that.
Family to me is big, it's important, it's everything, you know.
My dad is the rock of our family.
He's my rock. He's my life. He's my soul. He's my friend. And I hope we have a long, long more life together. And I love you.
I love you too.
Dad, you're the most amazing person I have ever met. And you are so strong. And I hope my boys are half as good as you are. And I love you so very much.
He's everything. Like, we're all daddy's girls. We love our mom, we love everybody, but dad is everything.
So glad that we made it through. I'm glad you're going to be here to meet your grandson. And I'm so glad that you're going to be here to walk me down the aisle. And I'm so glad I get to hug you every time I see you and tell you how much I love you.
Dad, you're my survivor.
Dad, you're my survivor.
He's my survivor. Dad, you are our survivor.
I'm a cancer survivor. With help from the wife and kids and the Illinois Cancer Care, I've overcome cancer.